Vrishibhi by great sages or saintly persons. Tattvadarshibhi by persons who know the absolute truth. Shrutam have all been heard. He indeed. Varnitam as they have been so nicely described. Bhuri, many. Tvaya, by you. Sitapate, of Lord Ramachandra, the husband of Mother Sita. Muru, more than often. Translation purport by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O King Parikshit, the transcendental activities of Lord Ramachandra have been described by great saintly persons who have seen the truth. Because you have heard again about Lord Ramachandra, the husband of Mother Sita, I shall describe these activities only in brief. Please listen. Purport. Modern Rakshasas. Nice start. Modern Rakshasas. Posing as educationally advanced merely because they have doctorates, have tried to prove that Lord Ramachandra is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but an ordinary person. But those who are learned and spiritually advanced will never accept such notations, that they will accept the description of Lord Ramachandra and his activities only as presented by Tattvadarshis, those who know the absolute truth. In Bhagavad Gita 4.34, the Supreme Personality of Godhead advises Tadvithi pranipatina pariprashana sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Unless one is Tattvadarshi in complete knowledge of the absolute truth, one cannot describe the activities of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, although there are many so-called Ramayanas, sorry, or histories of Lord Ramachandra's activities, some of them are not actually authoritative here. Sometimes Lord Ramachandra's activities are described in terms of one's own imaginations, speculations, or material sentiments. But the characteristics of Lord Ramachandra should not be handled as something imaginary. While describing the history of Lord Ramachandra, Shukadeva Goswami told Maharaj Parikshit, you have already heard about the activities of Lord Ramachandra. Apparently, therefore, 5,000 years ago, there were many Ramayanas or histories of Lord Ramachandra's activities, and there are many still. But we must select only those books written by Tattvadarshis, Jnaninas Tattvadarshinaha, not the books of so-called scholars who claim knowledge only on the basis of a doctorate. This is a warning by Shukadeva Goswami. Rishibhis Tattvadarshibhi. Although the Ramayana composed by Valmiki is a huge literature, The same activities are summarized here by Shukadeva Goswami in a few verses. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gnana Shalakaya Chakshurtam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Simate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vastatya Rishatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyacha patitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. So I was requested to just speak spontaneously about this beautiful shloka and based on purport of our Acharya, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So there are a few important points here made and important to discuss in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam. So one of them is that here we discussed about the solar dynasty, which are leading us to pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. But description of those pastimes are only a few verses. And the question is why? This is such important book, Ramayana. Because this is not the goal of Bhagavatam. The goal of Bhagavatam is something else. Is something higher to experience. And this is the pastimes of Lord Krishna Lila. So therefore, this pastime Lord Ramachandra, Shukadeva Goswami, I will only explain briefly, he said. So Lord Ramachandra pastimes are important, but this is not the goal for those who aspire for something higher. What is the higher? Madhurya Ras. So Lord Ramachandra is Maryada Purushottama. He is an embodiment of a dharma, of following very strictly rules for all humans, and he is exemplified very beautifully through his activities, through his pastimes, what it means to be ideal king, leader in the society, what it means to be perfect husband, perfect friend, perfect son. So that's the emphasis in the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, obviously on Dharma aspect. Confirm. So Dharma is very, very important. The following the religious rules, conduct of activities. It's creating very beautiful foundation for our further grow in life. And these rules are very important to follow. However, for especially Gaudiyas, those who are followers of, especially in this sampradaya, our acharyas and our sampradayas are encouraging us to strive for something more, could give us experience of more bliss, more happiness. And we see that for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, where Srimad Bhagavatam ends, Chaitanya Chaitamrita, the description of Lord Krishna as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radhe Krishna Nahanya. Is Radha Bhav. Hare Krishna. That was short darshan. Is more emphasized and even these other pastimes, the other rasas, like Sakya ras. Haribo, and again. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So blissful, so happy. We have different rasas, we have Dasya ras, explained in the pastimes of the Lord. In the Lord Ramachandra pastimes, this Dasya ras, the relationship between the Lord as Bhagavan and Jiva, the devotee in this servitude mood. It's very nicely shown. But they are the higher rasas, Sakya rasa. Sakya rasa is the rasa of like Subal or Madhumangal. These rasas are just expansion actually down from Goloka Vrindavan. Like Madhumangal. Madhumangal is Sakha, the coward boy. He has this very beautiful, amazing relationship with Krishna. But same person in Vaikuntha realm is Narada Muni. And same person who is expanding and the Svarga realm is a demigod who is surrounded, as described in other canto, by many women. and the same person who is on this planet Earth, his pastimes, is a Shudrani, son of the Shudrani. So as Lord is expanding, the servants of the Lord also expanding, just for different purposes, to enhance different pastimes of the Lord, different activities, like for example, Arjuna. Arjuna is also eternal associate of the Lord, always liberated soul, but he also appearing for the different purposes in the Lord's pastimes, like in the pastimes of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna is explaining, you was there when I was explaining this knowledge, parampara, before also. When I was explaining this to Surya, to the demigod of. So you was also there. So the point is that we can have different rasas, different relationships, but our acharyas and our sampradayas are explaining that. As we are advancing by hearing these beautiful narrations of the pure devotees, Tattvadarshi, Prabhupada explained, we have to hear from the authorized person. We also we have to start from Shanta Ras. Shanta Ras is the lowest one. We have a relationship with the Lord and other living entities, but it's based on appreciation. If you want to advance Rupa Goswami in your life, first you have to learn how to appreciate. We very much recommend and stress on appreciating others. Seeing is good with others. Prabhupada explained for us, the most important level of acting, of advancing, is that to see the good with others. And this is why Prabhupada was so successful in his mission. Why? Because he was able to see good qualities with others. While we see also from the descriptions of other devotees or disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur who were sent with mission to the West, they were not so successful. Why they were not successful there? For different reasons, but one of the reasons was for sure, because Prabhupada was explaining this himself, they were not able to follow strictly the order of a spiritual master, Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, to explain message as it is. And that for this purpose, we have to explain the message as it is, Bhagavad Gita as it is. Otherwise, the message can be repeated, can be explained, but will be not as it is. And then the result will be also very limited. Before Prabhupada coming with his Bhagavad Gita as it is, or Srimad Bhagavatam, there were already, how many commentaries in America? More than 700. And even one person, Prabhupada explained, didn't become a devotee of Lord Krishna. That is just palena parichyate, judged by the results. That is stated in Bengali proverb. But Prabhupada came with this message, and he is the Tattvadarshi. He is the empowered person. He is Kali Kalera Dharma Harinama Sankirtana Krishna Shakti Vinana Tara Pravartana. No one who is empowered by the Lord personally, by his personal Shakti, cannot really spread the message effectively to the others. And spread Krishna consciousness all around the world, unless he is personally empowered by the Lord. So Prabhupada showed this, but his other God brothers were also trying before spread Krishna consciousness, but they failed. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also pointed out that. That they were not successful. But he said that one of my disciples in future, then Prabhupada was, in white, he was in Grihasta, he's a family man, pointed out one of my disciples, he didn't say who, he will spread this message all around the world. He will fulfill the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that holy name will be heard in every town and village. So this is very important. The Shantaras, appreciation, seeing good with others. Prabhupada was explaining on Juhu Beach, if you want to advance in Krishna consciousness, in spiritual life, you have to, if you see the bad with others, you should overlook them. This is the test of saintly person. Sadhu. You can find out how far you are saintly, that you may see bad with others, some bad quality, but you have to overlook it. And this is the only platform that you can make further progress to Krishna consciousness. Because what is the higher platform than that? That you don't see the faults with others. You only see faults with yourself. And this is why Radhabhav, which is embodiment by Srimati Radharani, is the highest ras. Because she is representing, being the highest of the devotees of Lord Krishna, she's showing us how her mindset, how she thinks. Everyone is serving Krishna, but not me. Everyone is such beautiful, wonderful devotee, but not me. So that's why our spiritual life starts from appreciation. There's no question. If we can't, we have to work on that. We have to really see good with others and stress on it. Publicly, Prabhupada said you should glorify others. Privately, you should correct. You can correct. Privately correct. Not publicly you correcting. And privately you glorifying or you appreciating. So this is just, sometimes we're doing opposite. So that's the first thing, appreciation. Why appreciation is so important? Because if you become good with appreciation, with seeing good with others, then you're advancing to the next rasa, which is? After Shanta is? Dasya. There is only the question there's the only question to become a good servant. One rasa is including other below rasas. So if you serving Krishna, whatever we're doing here, with so many activities, so many engagements, that only I can become a good servant and really taste this rasa. Really, the Lord can be, because this is the best preaching. Where is the best preaching? Where's preaching that people see you that you are happy? This is the best preaching. We are happy, you are blissful. Why are you blissful? Because Krishna in your heart is happy because of your service attitude. So, so that's why foundation of everything is humility. Vidya vinaya sampane brahmanaga vihastini shunichaiva supakacha pandita samadarshina. Vidya is what? Knowledge. But this is not about vidya, only to have knowledge. It's also about vinaya. Vinaya means humility. What is the humility? Definition of humility. Santana Goswami very beautifully explained. The definition of humility is that anyone can have very good qualities in this world, manifested. And definitely everyone has good qualities. But still, someone who has many good qualities still should think about himself that he's insignificant. That's the humility. So this is very, very important. Vaishnav Seva. Namaruchi, Vaishnav Seva, Jivadoi. This is the fundamental instructions. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if you follow these three principles, you surely go home back to Godhead. There's no question. But we have to practice here. This is the practice ground. So then, what is the next rasa? Dasya, Sakya ras. And Sakya ras will include other rasas. You have to continue appreciating, seeing good. And then you have to serve. Many servant, like we discussed another day about Jiva Goswami. He was topmost scholar. Prabhupada said there was no greater philosopher than Jiva Goswami. But what he was doing? As soon he heard that any Vaishnava is coming to Vrindavan, although he was great acharyas. Oh, I don't have time, Prabhu. I don't have time. No. When he heard any Vaishnava was coming, immediately he was running there. Prabhuji, and he was just accommodating, find the place for this Vaishnava. How he can nicely, comfortably stay in Vrindavan, in the Dham. How he can nicely arrange her food, prasadam for him. That was Jiva Goswami, amazing humility. Although he's topmost scholar, saying this is amazing, showing us. It's not about the knowledge, it's vidya and vinaya. Same, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, even the dacoits, even the people who don't have good qualities, they love them. Why? Because, I'm sorry, I'm just writing my commentary to, I don't have time. No, they were going to the people. And what they were doing? Prabhuji, what is your problem? Prabhu, Mataji, Prabhuji, you have some family problem. People were coming because why there is unconditional friendship. That's the rasa. Sakya rasa, and they were listening and they were thinking how they can help and they were solving problems. Because ultimately, the problems on the lower level, mundane problems of this world, you can only solve, when you are fully Krishna conscious. This is the best way. This is the highest peak of the consciousness, blossom consciousness of living entity. So everyone just loved them because they have this unconditional friendship. That's the Sakya ras. Sakya ras means not just, we are friendly. Friendly is good. We are friendly to everyone. We should practice being friendly to everyone. But friendship is only possible with like-minded people. who have similar mindset. Why? Because only with those people you can reveal your mind and vice versa. Most important secret things. So one rasa is more secret than another one. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explaining. So, so this is Sakyaras. Sakyaras means friendship, unconditional friendship. When we are in the society of the people and we are creating the atmosphere. Because temples are not about the walls, about the deity. This is also about the people who are living with each other, but how they live each other, how they treated each other. Like Prabhupada was explaining beautiful story, because sometimes nobody's joining. There is not so, but Prabhupada explained very beautiful story, practical story. There was one temple, one ashram somewhere. Was explaining some story from the past, and nobody was joining, and was very dry, and atmosphere in this place. And the Prabhupada, and then Prabhupada was explaining that there was that the devotees discussing how to increase the number of devotees, how to create nice atmosphere, loving, trust, friendship, like that, and they find out, you have to approach to some sadhu, to some saintly person. So saintly person can help. So they found some saintly person living in some other place, and they approach devotees from this ashram, and they ask, and he said, one of you is empowered by the Lord. It's Shakti Avesh Avatar. So I'm choosing one. One of you. And then he didn't say who. You just you have to find out. And then they were scratching their head, and and then they just came back to the ashram, to the temple. And then yes, the sadhu say this, who is that person? I don't know. I don't know. And then because they didn't know who is that person, they change the dealings, the attitude, how they treat each other, very respectfully, very carefully, very friendly, like this, and the whole atmosphere in ashram changed. And then people, the other people who are coming from outside, they notice the change. They notice change. Oh, wow, such amazing people. They such serving each other, taking care of each other, love each other, appreciate each other. Wow, can I join also? Can I also be one of you? So it's like this. So then, so many people join in this way. So Prabhupada said, you should do the same. So it's very important. Only this movement, Prabhupada said, can further develop when we have a relationship based on what? Love and trust. And this is about, because all these pastimes of the Lord, they are teaching also something else. Teaching this should be based on tattva, on the philosophy, books, knowledge, but should be something practical outcome of it. And Prabhupada said, if you are not jolly, if you chant Hare Krishna and you are not happy, something is wrong with our practice, right? Yeah. So one devotee Prabhupada was giving class, and Prabhupada stopped class and noticed. And Prabhupada said, if a devotee is not joyful, then it will be very difficult to continue his practice in Krishna consciousness. And this devotee, and just look at Prabhupada. Prabhupada was looking at him because he felt very morose. So that was his, in memories of Srila Prabhupada, was one of his sharing story like that, He was, and that was very nice, awakening, instruction by Srila Prabhupada. So preaching is just next level. It's Sakyaras. preaching, being happy, sharing this happiness, and don't give any condition, unconditional love. If you are able to act like this, preach like this, it's very, very attractive. It's amazing. Actually, if we're trying to especially work with our hearts, that we will be in this mood. And then our relationships are definitely, can evaluate, can develop, and we can affect also others. So this is the next rasa. Then we have, of course, we have Vatsalya, and then we have Madhurya. When acharyas are talking about these two rasas, they say they stop, because this is above our heads, that can be reviewed further in our practice Krishna consciousness, and they don't give so much description regarding that. It's for sadhakas, for the practitioner devotees. So the focus is here. Similarly, here in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, the stress is not on just following rules and regulations of the Shastra, of the Dharma, of the conduct. Rasa, experience of relationship with God and with his devotees, and loving in a personal way, it's much more emphasized. That's why Bhagavatam is about that, about bringing us to the points that we can come and enter to this amazing relevance in our life. By what? By transcendental sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam, of chanting Hare Krishna, of associating with devotees and sharing with others this message. So, but we have to learn, also encourage each other how to practice better and better and better. Like in some ashrams in Hare Krishna movement, they have this principle ABS. Always better service. And if you don't have this challenge to how to do better your service, you will be complacent. You'll be satisfied with your own glory, and you will not able to make further progress. So this challenge has to be there. Always better service. So devotees, that's why they gather when they have Ishtagoshti. They should say, how Prabhu, okay, we had this, festival, how we can do it better. We have Sunday feast program, how we can do it better, which were mistakes, what was wrong, how we can do it better. The devotees is very, very careful to not make any mistakes, not do any wrong, not do any offenses. Otherwise, we'll be chanting Hare Krishna, and why I'm not happy? And sometimes you see that you're chanting Hare Krishna, you offend someone, and you're losing immediately your taste. And you're chanting as just like, like eating, sweet rice with the sand experience, It's just not anymore so tasty. So you have to be very careful. So that's why we have this amazing process of sadhana bhakti, which is like a car from Vaikuntha. And we're sitting in the car. And car, what are two things which are making us go further? Speed, we have two pedals, speed and brakes. So when we're doing all these amazing activities, services, as Prabhupada said, as soon as someone come to the temple, we should immediately this person engage in a service, teach him how to do seva. It's the most important thing. Seven mukhi jivado svaya eva spuratya. Then everything will be revealed. Seva first with the tongue. Yeah, prasadam. Yeah, this is how we are getting love of Godhead, by accepting foodstuff offered to Jagannath by Subhadra. By Gornitai, by chanting Hare Krishna. This is how we got love of Godhead, awaken our love of Godhead. And Radha and Krishna by rolling in the dust. Of the Vrindavan of the mercy of other devotees. And today, pleasures and service. They sevaks. Yes, so then we have this sadhana bhakti is like a car, and then there's the two things. We can speed it up. We speed it up definitely. We're doing so much progress. Sometimes we don't know how much progress we can ask other devotees. Prabhuji, I'm making progress, and then they can reflect. Yeah, there's some change. Definitely from last week, from last month or last 2 years, So we have this process definitely, is bringing us higher level of consciousness. And consciousness is like a flower. It's just more and more blossom, and otherwise everything is hidden. It's like a secret. There's all this, Now we are so much, struggling maybe with our own mind and senses, and this is called mana lila, mana lila. When we close the eyes, we only see the pastimes of what we did, in the past, or what we will do in future, and this is how the mind's tricking us. We should never trust our mind, in this conditioned state as a practitioner. What is important is about living in the present, what I'm doing right now. One devotee came to Prabhupada and asked, Prabhupada, we did this, it's not important. What is important? What you're doing. And what is now, what it means now, what is living present? You won't surrender to Krishna. This is living in the present. You won't now surrender to Krishna. From going from one service to another, you want to really surrender. Like we have this intent canto of Srimad Bhagavatam Radharani glorifying, Haridasya Varya, the best of the servants, Giri Govardhan. Why? Because he's supplying everything. His own body is serving to every other living entities. To all devotees, yes, please come, take. Hey, yes, sure, no problem, So, like that. And then she's going farther down, and she's talking about puja, worshipping the Lord himself. Sometimes she's explaining 10th canto, we have devotees who are offering their body, but their mind is not surrendered to the Lord. Their words are not surrendered to the Lord. The higher than them will be those who are not offering only body, but their mind. But she is explaining, but it's very, very rarely to see such worshippers and devotees who are surrendering their own self, their own soul. Their own ego. Yeah, it's very, very rare that you can see such devotees. So therefore, when we're chanting Hare Krishna and we are trying to avoid any type of offenses, we have to be very, very careful, because when we chanting Hare Krishna, we have to minimize these other offenses, 10 offenses, to the point of zero, actually. Otherwise, it is like our spiritual life sometimes is looking like we speeding up, we're doing our seva, but at the same time also we're pressing on the other pedal, which is brakes. And then what is happening? What you doing in the car? What is happening?
Spinning.
Yeah. Did you try ever? Put on the pedal and put on the...
Smoke, no?
Smoke is coming. Yeah. Smoke is coming. Smoke is coming. So you just you can't move further, You can't move further. So we have to just... That's why Chaitanya Bhagavata, Vrindavan Das Thakur is explaining why the Lord always has, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, the associates have rise up hands. It's a symbolic.
Surrender.
It's surrender. The other meaning is, Lord Chaitanya, Vrindavan Das Thakur is explaining, one hand means always chant Hare Krishna. And the second hand means never offend others. Then it will only work. That's why they rise. That's why you're always in ecstasy. So in this sampradaya, which is imbibing this mood of other acharyas and Srimati Radharani ultimately, Therefore, when we chanting another, not only this 10 offenses like we chant every day, we also going to deeply try to meditate about meaning of Shikshashtakam of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just explaining on the process, the ingredients for this process, and how to achieve the goal. So this whole mood, Trinada Pisunichana Tarora Vyasahishna Manana Manadana Kirtanya Sadahari. It's very, very important. Kirtanya Sadahari. Kirtan is not finished. The ecstasy of Kirtan, of chanting, is not finished when we are put aside, our kartals and mridanga. Kirtan, Bhakti Vikaswami Maharaj said, it should not finish then. It should continuously go on within your heart. And this is why it can only work when we really imbibe and practice this and meditate about the shloka around our neck. Keep ourselves very low profile. Prabhupada explained even regarding management to our GBCs when Prabhupada was there. As soon you start to think that you are a master, everything you spoiled. Everything will be destroyed. The whole mood is destroyed. The whole relationships are destroyed. Very, very important to just meditate about this shloka, Trinada Peace, because it's practical application, how we should lead our life on a daily basis and while living. It's completely changing the quality of our chanting, on our dealing with others. So then Prabhupada said, management then is very easy when everyone is thinking about himself as a servant. Very easy. Very easy. As soon as you forget it, you're in trouble. So this is the nice training ground. Prabhupada said the temples are just educational institution to just educate us how to bring us, from false ego to real ego, and situate ourselves on this position, that we are happy servants. We are just unconditionally serve the Lord and Vaishnavas. And it's only possible, like today we discussed it, Tattvadarshi, this point was emphasized, when we connect ourselves with this message of Bhagavatam and hearing Guru Parampara from pure devotees, from someone, because there are many commentaries of Ramayana, of these pastimes of Ramachandra. Like we have another book than Ramayana, we have Ramayana of Tulsidas. Yes. It's very famous in India, but it's not authorized, Prabhupada said. Why? Because Mayavadis, they so much involve themselves into writing the commentaries on, and then now everyone is just, it's mixed, it's polluted. The commentaries of this book. So it's very difficult to find a proper copy. Explained by Tattvadarshi, like Valmiki was. It was revealed to him. All this pastimes of Ramachandra within his heart. Same like Shukadev Goswami. But Shukadev Goswami making this amazing point here, that yes, you heard, dear Maharaj Parikshit, this message of Ram Katha before. Still, I want to repeat it to you, but Shukadev Goswami although he is explaining this point, Vishwanath Chakravarti is explaining that he is explaining again these pastimes of Ram Katha to Maharaj Parikshit, to all of us, but still is not claiming any superiority as a speaker. No, he is showing, actually, Acharya is explaining here regarding this point. Shukadev Goswami is that he's only carrying message and repeating what he heard from other Tattvadarshis, from Vyasadeva, his father, his guru. He is repeating to others as a servant. That's the mood of the preacher. Like Prabhupada was explaining that this is the reason why we are preaching this message of Krishna consciousness, because we want to dry the tears of the greatest of the devotees, Srimati Radharani. Yeah. Why? Because Srimati Radharani always crying. is in tears. Pure devotees are in the tears because of the compassion to other conditioned souls. That's why those who consider themselves as the servants of Srimati Radharani, Lord Krishna, and especially Gaudiya Sampradaya, we are called Gaudiyas because of Gaudi, because of Srimati Radharani. We are followers. Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayur Dasa 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 Dasa. We are serving as a servant, as a servant, as a servant, as a servant. We are like that. So this is the mood we have. When we really imbibe in this mood, we really practically applying this mood. Definitely will feel great change in the heart. And as Prabhupada explained, when we will chant Hare Krishna, then we will feel on our tongue that Radha and Krishna is dancing. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So there is any question or comments? We have 1 minute for question and comments. So yes, Prabhu. He was first.
Thank you so much for the class. As you said, we should see good in others. So how we can learn the process to see good in others? Because I have a tendency to see, to judge everyone, to talk about other. So it's a very common tendency of me.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Help me.
Thank you. When we were in Croatia, we were discussing this point with Vaishnav Sangha, with other devotees. Actually, we should know the other levels and what's the levels above, and we should choose. We should decide ourselves what we want to be, what type of a devotee we want to be. Like there is a book, Vaishnav K, which means what kind of devotees you want. You have to decide what type of devotee you want to be yourself, not by force, not just by like this, loving, discussing, and encouraging each other. Sangha. Machitta madgata prana budhayantak parasparam kathayantas chamam nityam tushanti charamanticha. When devotees gather together each other, this is what they do. They discuss about the Lord, about the service, about all these details of devotional service, and tushanti charaman, they experiencing amazing bliss, generate amazing bliss, satisfaction, tushanti charamanticha. Why? Because of prana, they even surrender their own prana, lifer, to the Lord. So when devotee is going to sleep, Prabhupada said, this is also considered as a service. Because when devotee wake up, he just will use all his energy to please the Lord. But this is gradual service. 2 steps forwards, 1 back. So that's how we are practicing, We're doing many mistakes, many offenses. And so we're going forward, but also mistakes. So that's why 2 steps forward, 1 back. This is how we're practicing. So what's the other levels before being aware and conscious? Oh, I should overlook the faults of others. What's the other below levels? Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada a bit explained also in his purport there about these levels. So first level is there is good, there is bad in front of our eyes or in front of our seeing with others. But on this lowest level, you can't see good, you only see bad. And that's why he's explained who was that person, if Lord Chaitanya pastimes. Anyone remember? Who was in front of Lord Chaitanya and still was only seeing the faults? Ramachandra Puri, yes. So he was pointing only for faults. Don't be Ramachandra Puri. Don't follow this sampradaya. Yes. So actually Prabhupada was explaining this on Juhu Beach, all these levels when he was there. It was very nice instructions. So above this, seeing good and bad, there is next higher level. There is good, there is bad. But on this higher level, at least someone can see there is good, there is bad. But because of bad habit, still he will choose seeing bad. So sometimes, our service is like that. We only complaining, complaining, And sometimes someone can be sent by the Lord to save us. There was one temple before in Germany, and there was like there is no Yashumati. I forgot the name of this castle in Germany, and during Prabhupada times. Prabhupada was even initiated the Thank you so much. Thank you. And there was sent some by Prabhupada, some senior devotee, and how he changed the atmosphere. Everyone was complaining. Oh, this is too much. Oh, he is this. Oh, he did that. Oh my God. It's just like, and this was the mood. Oh. And then he came there, and you just could see as a senior devotee, and what he was doing his own propaganda. He was just coming from one devotee to person. Actually, you're doing quite well, Prabhu. Look, he's doing also good. And then he just start to encourage them, sing in different way. And like this, he changed whole atmosphere, and he became a GBC of all Germany, and he started to travel, and then they beat everyone in book distribution. Whole world, they become first. So this is all about this, proper mindset. So the higher level is then only seeing bad and not able to see good. That you at least you see, you can, but still because of a bad habit you see bad. And then the one level up is good and bad, and then this is how we usually do. We equalized good and bad by seeing outside or with others. Or with ourselves. Also, we're doing this sometimes also. And then, oh, he's doing so good. This is so good. This is so nice. But it cannot be too good because there's something also bad. We equalize bad and good. Or we hear, oh, something bad happened. Oh no, it cannot be too bad because you're also doing so many good things, so much service and this, and so we just equalize, good and bad. Prabhupada said, these levels which we explain now are completely useless. You cannot make any progress if you're remaining on this mindset. Only Prabhupada said if you are become on this level, being conscious and make conscious effort every day to overlook bad and sing only good and fan it. Like Vice Shishika Prabhu has this website, Fan the Spark. And like Prabhupada used to preach, oh, as you beautiful boys, European American boys and girls, And this is Prabhupada actually is how we should preach. You are, you are so wonderful, it's so amazing, this, and then you forget about this, just accept the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How you are great, how you are wonderful. So the appreciation actually should come from the heart, absolutely. And but at the same time, when we're dealing with others, we should see how we can help, how we can uplift others, or maybe we are in the time that we need to be uplifted. And we should approach. This is Vaishnav Sangha is amazing arrangement of a pure devotee. It's all movement, Hare Krishna movement, because we are here put it in the situation not for accident. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur also explained in Dhaka 1933 on his class that actually this is the arrangement of Lord Chaitanya, that he is choosing one, you, any of us, and putting to association with these others. He is arranging the Sadhu Sangha, and there's no any accident that you are put in the situation while living with others. Why? Because Lord Chaitanya made this arrangement personally. We should think like that. Bhaktivedanta is explaining. Why? Because he wants to test us. Test our sincerity. test our sincerity and how we really want Krishna, I really want to surrender. So there will be many tests, like the daily test, outside tests, preaching tests, inside tests, in heart, so like that. So that's why this level is overlook the bad and seeing good. It's just only make this conscious effort. It's only one level probably you can advance. To which platform? Because the highest platform is there is the Tattvadarshi, pure devotees, and Krishna himself. They don't see bad. They only see good. Then you can elevate yourself to that platform. That's why you cannot remain as a neophyte. Because neophytes just don't know what is good, what is bad. We should imbibe the mood of the Abhadhyamadhikari. Learn how to discriminate. What is right, what is wrong, where I am, where are the others. I am junior, I am equal, I am senior in different relationships. And you should act accordingly to this relationship. Like, coming on the battle Kurukshetra, the Vrajavasis, and Krishna is there, and Pandavas are there, and there are different relationships. It's all about relationships, So Maharaj Yudhishthir coming, his emperor, Lord Krishna himself bowing down to him. He's on the senior position. So Krishna is teaching himself. Prabhupada explaining Krishna book. Then you have another relationship. Then he stand up, and then there is Arjuna and Krishna. And what they do? Hugs, embrace each other, equals. Bhima, same. And then Nakula and Sahadev. What kind of relationship? When they face each other, they pay obeisances. Prabhupada see there is some disruption, there is some fight of devotees. And Prabhupada immediately stopped. Who is senior, who is junior? It doesn't matter what. Prabhupada said, I am junior, he is senior. Okay, so then you please ask for forgiveness. This is the etiquette. Prabhupada explained. So these things are very, very important, and then I hope that's a little bit explained to you. Yeah? Just to be aware. Shastras are making us aware.
When we are just, it's all about consciousness, Prabhuji, because whenever we see something in others, we just, this is a tendency, we just judge.
Yeah.
Judge.
Yes.
So it's, I have to be
That's mind.
Yeah.
Mind is just always tricking us, But we should control mind by intelligence. That's why Prabhupada said, before becoming Krishna conscious, you should become conscious.
Yeah. Yes.
What we're really doing, where we really are. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Beautiful question. Granted Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai, His Grace Vigatesu Prabhu ki
Sadhu Sangha ki jai.
jai.